even in your warm-up, start moving him around, forward and back in the pace. Try to get his attention by giving him a job to do. You know, I guess he's getting used to the arena, but it's also a good time to get him around your inside leg, do a little bit of leg yielding, because what we're going to do, essentially, when we do this exercise, is we're guaranteeing that he's answering our leg aids, that we've got him on the aids. If we wait till we start jumping to do all those things, it often doesn't go that well, that easily when you start jumping. Got to be careful. You don't need to bend his neck. It's not a question of him bending his neck, it's more a question that he answers your leg. So why don't we do this as we're trotting on this circle? This is not a bad circle to trot on. Ride him a little more forward in the trot. And I don't even mind what sort of, that's pretty good for a big show jumper. A little more than that. Go on, try to get a little bit more length out of his trot. Good, and good keeping him in a frame there, Nick, as you're riding forward. Really good. Now let's come back, short in the trot. Now don't forget what we said in the introduction to this is it's got to be active and short, not just slow. And I think this guy does lull you into a bit of false sense of security when it slows. Very good. A little bit more together there. Then go again. Go forward, together and forward. Good. Okay, Nick, well done. Let's change rein. Stay in that bigger trot, stay more forward. He looks like he's a little behind your leg most of the time. Very good. Keep powering through the corners, Nick. Keep your leg on it. Yes, much better. And see there, you're actually getting him to work a little more, rather than just when he's spooking, I think you haven't got his attention because you're not really asking much of him. Rightio. Let's go large. You can trot down to the end of the arena. Why don't you trot down over those two poles I put out there, Nick? And in a moment we're going to canter over them. So let's introduce the poles, trot over them to start with.
What's driving you crazy?
Oh, well, if it's driving you crazy, we can ask him to go.
I'm just worried about you.
I'm okay. Hopefully he just does 1 3 B. In the middle, keep going forward. Very good. Very good. Nice either side of the pole. I'm sure if you, although the sound might be a bit hard, mightn't it? Change rein, Nick, and trot back over them, coming back this way. Good. Be aware of in the middle. Stay in the middle of the two poles. Better over that one. Okay, Nick. Let's go. Let's prepare to canter. We'll stay on the circle and we'll ride him forward and back a little bit before we venture out around the poles. Prepare to canter. Yeah, good. That was probably a little more on the age than I thought he was going to give you. So that's a good answer from him. He just looks like he's a little bit dull off your leg, if anything, Nick. Rightio. Stay on this circle. Move up the canter. Keep him together and forward. Don't worry that it's probably a little bit small, that circle, for a big canter. Together again and back, and as you ask him to come back, keep that little bit of leg on him. That's plenty short enough. For a big horse, he's got quite a good short stride, so we don't want to get any, don't make it any more complicated or bad in the beats of the canter that it looks like it's the trample. Go large, Nick, and why don't you canter down over the poles on that left rein, and I'm going to get you to count strides. Well, I'd like you to do 4 to start with. 4 strides to start with, and it's just a regulation 4 strides at that distance. Good. Good. Take a little care about being in the middle, Nick. And as he jumps, lighten your seat a touch. Lighten your seat as he jumps the poles, Nick. Take attention about being in the middle, Nick. Don't overshoot your line. Don't overshoot your line, Nick. Stay on the middle over here. He just bowls down on you. Outside leg keeps him straight. Better. Very good. Very good. Why don't we change rein? You can do a flying change if you've got one. Good. Lovely. Is there anywhere else you can do this? Don't forget straightness and lighten your seat as he jumps the pole, Nick. I want to feel like it's a jump. Good. Interesting. He hasn't got the longest stride, has he? Rightio, Nick. Stay on this right rein. This time we're going to shorten the strides. Stay on the right rein. Go all the way to the end of the arena. And come in the 5 strides. Actually, do you reckon you can do 6? Can you add a couple of strides, Nick? Right. All right, give it a go. Keep him straight. He tends to bulge out. Outside leg's going to keep him straight. Good. Good try, good try. It was not quite the 6, but it was a bit of a struggle. Okay, Nick. Let's go. Can we do it in the 3 strides? Now, if you need a circle down here to open him up, need a circle to get off your bottom, get in your 2 points, get him bowling along. It might not be the nicest feeling, but we've got to be able to feel like we can ask him forward. Take your rein a touch shorter so you don't lose that connection. Good. Good. See a nice big open distance. Very good. 2, 3. Oh, good job. Good job. Not easy over poles on the ground. Back you come. Back you come. Shorten the canter again. Let's change rein and we'll come back. Let's change rein and we'll come back. Let's do just the 5 on the way back. So you've felt the difference between the big open canter. We won't make it so hard for him, but the 6 isn't a bad exercise there to really try to work a little harder. Good. Sorry. Oh, 4.5-ish, Nick. Have another go, have another go. Don't be afraid to move up along here. Then when you shorten him, he's going to have a little more engine. So sit him up now through the turn. Don't forget that short canter comes from engines and activity, not just slow. Yeah, right a circle, right a circle, right a circle, right a circle. So you started with him, he dropped behind your leg. Shorten it again. Shorten it again. Yes, right. And that bit more of a determined, say, come together is exactly what he needed before you started. Don't let him drop behind your leg in the short canter. Short. Short. Good. Well done, well done. Even though that's cramped for him, you can feel the difference in the shorter stride, yeah? Yeah. Okay, good job. Have a walk and a break, have a walk and a break. Rightio. What we'll do to get us jumping, to get us going, pop over this little vertical here. Oh, come on. interesting, Nick, I think when we start going down this line and adding a stride, that the hardest thing is going to be, well, not the hardest thing that it's going to be, but something that we're going to be really aware of is that when you're wanting to do that shorter stride down that line, that the canter can't just be dull.
Yeah.
All right?
It's funny when it's two fences like that, I find it easier because he's got something to look at, so he sort of can back off the fence, whereas the pole is just like,
oh, absolutely.
whatever.
Look, and in the perfect world, we probably make them tiny little verticals, and at least it makes him hop up over them a little bit better.
Yeah.
Might just move this pole so that it's not in our way as we get going.
Do you want the other one gone, Pete?
Say it again.
Do you want me to move the other one?
Oh, yeah, why not? Thank you. Okay, Nick, we'll try to make this relatively quick and easy.
What rein do you want me to?
Why don't we come from the right rein and pop this vertical here, and then come off, and then jump it coming both ways.
So turn around up there. And
Yeah, just change rein, loop out and around. Then what I'd like to do, because I'm a little bit aware of trying to get to the exercise a little bit quickly, so why don't we discuss our little plan right now before we get going.
Yep.
Come from the right,
Yep.
jump this, I might pop it up a hole or two, jump it again off the right, then loop out around the oxer over there, change rein, jump it coming back this way, and when we're on the right rein,
So back this way off the left rein.
yes, sorry, beg your pardon, left, this one. Then when we're coming off the left rein, and we jump that a couple of times, Nick, why don't we add this vertical, just to get his eye in at the fences we're going to use in the exercise. And how do we feel about this oxer up here as our first oxer? Is that a little big for him as his first oxer, or are you happy to jump that as your first oxer?
Happy to jump that.
Happy to jump that. So we'll go off the right, jump this a couple of times, I'll pop it up, change rein, come off the left, we'll jump it a couple of times.
Just around the Liverpool.
Just around and pop it coming this way.
Yep.
Maybe just once, we don't want to run him into the ground. Then we're going to pop our vertical here.
Yep.
Now the goal is, of course, when we're just jumping these warm-up fences, that it's just a regulation canter. No surprises for him. But then what we want to do is add the oxer in. So we're going to go left rein to the vertical there. Come around again. Probably your easiest point to change rein is somewhere out here near the water.
Yep.
Come around this vertical here. Jump your oxer. Now to jump your oxer, you're going to add a little bit of energy into your canter in your warm-up. Don't let him be too thinking about the shorter, slower, dead canter that he kind of lulls you into. Feel free to go for a bit of a big canter and then come back to your oxer, okay? Don't just, because for me, the biggest thing I see with this guy is he's, well, probably like most big horses, a bit slow to react.
Yes, very.
Okay.
And he lulls you into, you think, oh, this is
That's
a nice
enough.
canter, but it's kind of a bit blur because
Yes,
it's so
yes.
big and it just feels
That's
like
not
it's got energy in it.
So feel free, when we jump these couple of verticals, you're gonna get away with a little bit slow to react. When you want to jump this oxer here, go up here and send him a little bit forward, get him back and then send him forward again. Do a couple of transitions, okay? And look, if he puts his head up, as long as you've got a connection, I'm not going to say where he holds his head. All I want you to do is feel like you're riding into the contact, okay?
Yep.
Then we'll jump the oxer, and then we'll have a little break and we'll go from there.
Yep, no problem.
Alrighty, right hand canter. Produce that canter that you were a little comfortable with in the 4 strides. To jump this, make it that it's quite forward, okay? Don't get him too dull in your warm-up, because that'll give you that sort of in-between gears feeling. Got a little transition forward and back before you jump your little verticals, not a bad idea. Good. Don't forget, as he jumps, Nick, follow him with your arms a little bit. You know, he's probably got a bit of a set style the way that he jumps, but don't feel as though you can't allow him to use his neck as he jumps. Good. Nice enough. Change reins, Nick. There you go. That's a nice jump. Very good. Okay, move the canter up now, Nick, and we'll jump the black vertical. Good. Keep that amount of energy. You don't need to see an open distance, but you just don't want to get stuck in that middle gear. Lovely. Get your change. Good man. Well done. Okay, Nick, let's jump our rock so we won't over jump him. So come up to the middle of the arena here. Lovely. Now we're going to move the canter up. Back you come. Right, a couple of those short, sharp transitions. So you've got him with your leg. Good ride. Well done, Nick, well done. That was a lovely, lovely soft jump and very straight. Good job. Have a walk in the pack. Good lad. Okay, Nick. Let's educate you a little bit on the distance we're going to jump today. And probably what I think will come from this right rein to start us off, so I probably should walk it from that end. And I think for me, what we're going to do is jump in and move up on our way through this way. Now I'm going to step this distance for you, so we've got an idea. We're going to aim to do a forward 6, okay? So I'll let you do a bit of counting while I do a bit of counting.
1, 2, 4.
Okay, so that's an open distance here. And what that means is you're going to have to just land and increase your canter minimally by each stride. Yeah, you're not just going to set sail and gallop at it from the vertical, because then, well, knowing that he's a good jumper, he's probably going to do whatever he can to jump over it for you. But what you want to do is try to increase your canter within the rhythm. Okay?
So don't override the vertical to get the big 6.
You want a good shot at the vertical. You don't want a weak.
Not big open. Just
You want it a little bit open, because then it's just going to roll at you, isn't it? Because if you meet that, like let's say, like a little 80 centimetre jump, then the 6 is going to be a good old 6.5, isn't it? All right. So why don't we go? We're going to give you a little warm-up jump here. Jump this off the road. And then
just keep
continue around the arena. Now you're going to show me the distance that you're hopefully going to achieve at the black vertical at the end over there.
At this vertical.
At this vertical, mate, I just might pop that upper hole. It doesn't look big enough for this fella.
Belly.
So your ride to your first vertical here, Nick, is going to be that positive ride that you're going to show me as you jump into the line to get the forward 6 down there, okay? Righto. Don't forget those couple of short, sharp transitions in your right-hand canter to start you off. Never been videoed before when I've been teaching. I've always been interested in what the horses do. Good, and little forward, little back. Doesn't have to be for a long time. It just means he's in front of your leg. You can feel that you get a quick reaction. Just like that. That was terrific, Nick. A nice big open jump to that line. Should get you the 6 very easily, okay, Nick? Wow! Interesting. Good, Nick, have a walk. So in that sense, the 6 came up fairly easily, didn't it?
Yeah, quite easy.
Surprising, because like the way that he jumped in, I think set the scene. You know, it nearly could have been a yard longer to make it a little more comfortable as a forward 6, couldn't it? All right.
Right, well, lad.
He did. He did.
I'd like a bit of
That's
nerves.
a bit of pressure to get.
Don't
Like
miss,
I said
don't,
to Fiona, not to suck it up.
don't land on your head and all that garbage.
All right. All right. So now we'll do it walks a regulation 7, Nick. It shouldn't be that hard to just ask him to do the 7. We're going to jump oxer in this time, all right? But I guess in essence, he's rolled on down there and thought forward. So now we're going to say, no, we're going to wait and do the 7. He might sort of be a little bit, you might need to be quite effective in the way that you say you're going to jump in there and stay together. Okay, because I think what he does, it's interesting, as we discussed in the beginning of the lesson, forward is always easier than together, isn't it?
Yes.
Yep. Okay, when you're ready,
So
why don't you jump? You could quite easily jump that little black oxer as you warm up, jump on the left rein.
I just canted that.
Yeah, canter up there, ride a nice turn, keep him forward and balance around the corner and jump down your line.
Yep.
And again, in your shorter canter or your shorter strides between the fences, keep that engine running, you know, like don't let him just get behind your leg and just blob on down there, and we don't want him to mow down that lovely black vertical there, do we?
Nope.
So on your way up there to your black oxer, make sure he's on your aids, because he hasn't jumped that one in our warm-up, so he might take him a little by surprise. Be ready for that. Good. So remembering that this is a shorter feeling down this line. Well ridden, get your change. Rightio. Now I'm going to ask you, Nick, can you jump the oxer just a little less open, or do you feel like...
This one?
Yep, this
Yeah,
oxer over here. I thought you got a good shot at the end, and then all of a sudden you had to work a lot at the end of the line to get the 7, all right?
I was just...
It's okay, it's okay, it's all...
Sorry, bigger one and thought
That's
it was
right.
an option. Yeah.
I get that.
Yep. Yep.
All right, so let's have a go. Why don't you do this? This will make your job easier. Come off a shorter line, come inside the black. Just by making that shorter turn up,
yep.
it'll put it inside the black, back to the oxer there.
Yep.
Right a circle over here. Give yourself enough room to set him up around these two. Right, now shorten and make him think, stay in that shorten. Stay in that shorten. He's a bit inclined to get a bit floppy and get out of it. Good man. Oh, I didn't actually mean to jump that one, but that's okay.
That was fine.
That's all right, didn't hurt him. Better, better, better. There it is. Good. And get your change. Good man, good man.
Right, why don't you drag him in on somewhere?
Have a walk, Nick.
What else are you planning to do?
Well, other than put them up, but I think it needs to be a couple of yards bigger to make it more obvious that the 7 is going to be more comfortable and the longer 6 was more comfortable. That's my only comment.
recognise that, and it's a big striding horse.
Yes.
You're on good footing, yada yada yada.
Yep. The horse is probably a bit... Okay, Nick, good job. In our knowledge of what we covered today, when we go out and walk our course for our next competition, I think what we'll take home from today's riding is it's probably always a nicer ride for him because he's got a big scopy jump to try to avoid that ad stride down the line, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because he finds that if he jumps up well enough, he does land just that little bit more onward bound in his first stride. And you did a really good job on his second stride there of saying, now sit back to me. And it was more consistent after that to the next.
And sometimes he lulls you in a bit too, although his can is a bit crappy and it's still like you think, oh, that's just going to come up nice. And he lands and you go,
that's
oh
right.
Shit, it's actually wool.
Yes, it's a lot of woo, isn't it?
Because it's,
Yeah, so...
And you don't think it's going to be long because you're like, he's not cantering long, but he's just so big, he's just got this... And until you put it together.
So that gives us a good knowledge, a good confident feel that if we jump in a course and it's the choice between the waiting 7 or the moving up 6, we're probably going to choose the moving up 6, aren't we?
Yes.
With this fella. We're not going to complicate it and
No.
make it difficult for him.
No.
And especially, you know, I think he's quite careful and you can dare him a little more by staying in that moving up stride than trying to protect him. I think he's got a good eye for the top rail.
Very good. All right, my dear. No, that's fine. That was much better than that.
Oh, I know.
It's just because I'm all the distance, that's all.
Taking my time to set it up.
She didn't have myself up there, that's why.
Oh, Nicholas.
Can I stop filming?
We can edit that out, can't we?